Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. Hi guys. Welcome to this live. I'm very excited that you've decided to join us today as well. And as usual, I have three people that I'm going to interview. If you have any question, any comments, whatever it is, just leave it in the chat, and I'll do my best to respond to it. For some reasons, I am not able to stream on TikTok today. So if there is a way you can send the information to my WhatsApp groups, I would really appreciate that. Also, if you can share the live with your friends, that would be much appreciated. And also, if you can quickly like the live, to draw people, that would be uh, that would be appreciated as well. So uh, let's see the people that I have today. So I have Kelvin, and then I have Jima, and I have Ibrahim. Guys, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Is Kelvin ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm here.
Okay, Kelvin. All right, Kelvin. I'll be starting with you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Um. Also, those of you watching live, you can tell me where you are watching it from, like which country you are watching it from. It's really important to me because I have some future stuff that I'm doing, and knowing this will be really helpful to me. Okay. All right. So Kelvin, what are you going to study?
Well, I'm going to study Bachelor of Science in Sociology at Berry University, Miami, Florida, which will equip me with the needed skills and knowledge and enhance experience to be able to come back to my home country to help alleviate poverty and illiteracy through the proper innovations and improvements in education and health sectors.
Okay. And how do you hear about the school?
Well, I heard about Berry University through extensive research institutions known for its best sociology programs and in strong and unique emphasis in community engagement. It stood out to me due to its reputations and its emphasis, which will give me the needed skills, knowledge, and attention needed to be able to help contribute positively to my country.
Okay. And when did you finish your high school?
Well, I graduated my high school in 2021, and I couldn't get the opportunity to continue due to my mom's business, which deals in importations of textiles. And with this hitting us, with the COVID-19 hitting us and impacting down our business, I had to step in to consider a lot of rules such as the managerial duties, whereby I will monitor and then be able to assess other co-workers. Due to that, we had to lay off a lot of workers as well. So me stepping in was the good idea. So I had to continue with its work and be able to help my family's business to be able to come back and live before I was able to consider thinking about continue my education.
Okay. And who is sponsoring your studies?
Well, my uncle, Mr. Osebwahin Theophilus, will be sponsoring my education. And then he's working in sponsoring my education since I'm the only child to ever graduate from the high school and be able to attend university. He deals in the buying and selling of goods and also owns a hostel called Ibis Hostel. He makes around 8,000 to 850,000 yearly, and he's keen in sponsoring my education.
How many kids does he have?
He has no kids or he's not married either.
How old is he?
He's 35 years old.
And have you traveled outside your home country?
No, please, I've not traveled outside my home
Do you
country.
have any relatives in the US?
No, I do not have any relative.
Did you apply to other countries?
No, I did not apply to other countries. I applied to only US schools. And then I did apply to only US schools because growing up, I've always wanted to study in a diverse and different environment and also explore different perspectives. And with how the US education system is being molded within interactive and then research oriented, I strongly believe that it will help me get my goals in line and also be able to accomplish them. Since I do not just want to study sociology uh, theory, which my home country offers, but also practically. And a certificate from the US is strongly recognized worldwide, which will help me gain the role I intend to make when I come back to my home country.
Okay. Um. Yeah. These are questions that I have. I think. So, how many schools do you apply to?
Well, I applied to three universities: New Mexico Highland University, uh, Berry University, of course, and then Arizona State University. I'm yet to hear from Arizona State University, but I got admitted into both um, Berry University and New Mexico Highlands University. And what keens me or interests me most about going forward with Berry University is that it has a strong emphasis on optimating or integrating practical community engagement with academic learning, which will help me or help students like myself be able to apply classroom knowledge straightly to real world challenges, which is very keen in my field, which is sociology, which will help me be able to make a positive change or impact on my home country with through education and practical experience.
Okay. This is all I have for you, and let me give you what I think about your answers. Okay.
Okay.
You know, I tell people that the visa interview is not difficult if you have created the right conditions for yourself and your story is coherent and consistent. Uh, and most of the time, people struggle or people are denied because their story is not convincing enough, right? So, um, now let me tell you what I think. If when I ask you why, when I ask you to tell me about a program, when I ask you where are you going, you explained why you want to study the program, and you said you want to alleviate poverty. I am not too sure that is a good thing to say because everybody knows that's not true. Like you cannot alleviate poverty. It doesn't work like that. You don't. Poverty is an economic issue, not necessarily a social issue. So I'm not sure how your sociology bachelor's degree is going to help you alleviate poverty. I mean, if even if you're going to do a PhD studies, you are not going to alleviate poverty in Ghana. That's not how it works. It doesn't work like that. Don't exaggerate what your degree will do for you. What I tell students is that always check the school's website. The school will always tell you something like learning outcomes or program outcomes. These things are meant to inform you about what you are going to get from the program at the end of your 4 year degree, the things, the skills, the knowledge, and what you can do with the degree. All these things, most of the time, will be stated on the school's website. So those are the things that you focus on, not alleviating poverty, which even the president of Ghana cannot do, right? So be realistic about what you are coming to. If you exaggerate,
Okay.
the visa officer will think you are lying. So this is first thing.
Mm,
The second thing is that you completed high school in 2021, and according to you, you couldn't continue because your parents couldn't afford to take care of your studies, and so you had to step back and help manage your mother's business. Now, then I asked you, who is sponsoring your studies? This answer was the reason I asked you who is sponsoring your studies, and you said your uncle. So if your uncle is, I have two issues with this answer, with your uncle sponsoring you. The first one is that if your uncle is a good if your uncle loves you so much and is willing to spend uh so much on you, about, I don't know, $35,000 on you every year for 4 years, right? That is $140,000 on you, just as an uncle. Then he could have, if what you are saying is true, then he could have actually sponsored your education 2021 when you completed your high school. So for me, if I were a visa officer, this wouldn't sound convincing to me, right? The other thing about your uncle sponsoring you is the fact that your uncle is too young, in my opinion, to be able to take up such a responsibility on himself. He's 35 years. I asked you deliberately because of that. He's 35 years. 35 years for him to have made so much money. He doesn't have a family yet and all of that. And for some reasons, he loves you so much that he's taking up the responsibilities of your parents to spend $140,000 on you. I don't think, people present bank statements and sponsors and they think, oh, I don't understand why the visa officer didn't approve my visa. The visa officer is wicked. The visa officer, blah blah blah. But when you think about it very well, I don't know, maybe because of my experiences or something, maybe I'm able to see all these patterns, all these little issues. But the reality is that your sponsor, I am not convinced by that, honestly. So, and I'll give you my reasons, of course. When I ask you how many schools do you apply to, and you mentioned three schools, this is something probably not significant, but when it comes to the interview, I like to take care of every little thing. You mentioned Barry University as your second university. In my opinion, if a school is your first choice, you have to mention it first. I don't know if that can signal something to the visa officer who interviews you, because if I ask you how many schools do you apply to, and the school that is your preferred choice comes second, I feel like, maybe there's something, I don't know. And also, you said that the test school is yet to give you admission or something. You've not heard from the test school. If you've not heard from a school at this point in time, it means that the school is not considering you. You don't have to even talk about it, because I don't know, the school is not keen on giving you admission. That's what I think. So telling the visa officer this probably means that you are not really a legitimate student. You are not a competitive candidate. That's why you don't even have, like a good scholarship or something. Um, So these are my thing. These are the questions that these are my my feedback to you. Okay. Do you have any question, Kelvin?
I'm here.
Okay. Do you have any question for me?
Yeah, I do have a question.
All right.
So as I was saying that if not to alleviate poverty, just like I stated, could I also say that I would like to tackle poverty? Could I put it in that sense?
Well, I could be wrong. I don't claim to know everything. Just that I have also studied sociology. When I did my bachelor's degree, I did sociology for 3 years before I decided to.
Then you should be able to a little bit give me a little bit detailed about it,
Do
since
you
I'm
know?
yet
Do you
to
know? Do you know
get
when?
into it.
Do you know when I did my bachelor's degree? That you
You
expect me
know.
to. I started my bachelor's degree in 2011 and I finished after 2014. I didn't do sociology again. So 2014 to
Oh,
2024,
okay.
that's 10 years ago. And I
Yeah,
have been
yeah,
doing economics all my life. So you cannot expect me.
yeah. I get it. I
What
get it.
I what I understand is that sociology is about the study of it's about trying to understand human behavior, if I remember very well.
Yeah,
It's more
yeah,
about,
yeah. It's true, true.
yeah. So I don't see how sociology is going to help you alleviate poverty. This is why I am telling you that if you check the school's website, you're likely going to get enough information about what sociology is about and what it's going to do for your career. And
Okay,
realistically, when you return to your home country, what you can do with that degree. Poverty,
okay.
sociology. will help you understand poverty and the dynamics of poverty and stuff like that, but not to alleviate poverty. Like I told you, even the president of Ghana has not been able to alleviate poverty, right? So
Yeah.
even here in the US, which is the most advanced country in the world, there are a lot of poor people. When I go to town, like when I
Facts.
go to Chicago, for instance, you see a lot of people begging for money. So the whole US, and you see all of the when you go to Atlanta, downtown Atlanta, it's even terrible. You see people, under trees, and it's really bad. So poverty is something which is part of us. We can't alleviate poverty. It is going to be with us. You know, we can lessen the pain of people, but we cannot eliminate pain. That's what I think about life.
Yeah.
So be realistic about what you are going to get from the degree. Okay, does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
All right.
And one last question
All right.
about my gap year. I also wanted to understand that with the gap year, I didn't specifically say that my mom couldn't or wasn't able to cater for the shop or something, but just that during the COVID-19 has made the importations of goods into the country more restricted and more or less. It's that meant the company to like a little bit partially shut down due to the restrictions based on the importations of stuffs and the movement of people. And then after we are now
So
trying, or we've now been able to regain our feet.
company shutting down, how does that impact your education?
With that side, my mom wasn't able to go more often, and then she got sick in the process as well. So
So
I had to
how
step
does
in
that
as the leader.
of the company?
Yes.
So your mom couldn't employ anybody. Okay, fine. Right now you are living. Let's say your visa is approved and you are leaving Ghana. That's for
Yeah.
4 years. Who is taking care? Who is going? If similar thing happen, who is going to take care of that
Yeah.
situation? So think about your story very well. Okay, I wish you the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
All
Thank you
right.
very much.
Yeah, no problem. Jima, are you ready?
Yes,
Okay. Give me a second. Okay. All right. So Jima, what are you going to study?
I'm going to the George Washington University to pursue a 15-month post-professional degree in project management at Washington, D.C., where this degree tends to provide students with advanced project management skills and techniques that helps students to make solve complex project management decisions. This is very essential to me when I return to my home country and I need to pick up the role as a senior project manager and also be a financial benefit to my company as well.
Um, and what is your current job?
I'm currently employed as a project supervisor at Aridak Roofing Systems, where I oversee clients' projects, execute client projects, and addresses their concerns to meet their satisfaction. And my company is sponsoring my studies to go and study this 15 months post-professional program at George Washington University to occupy the role as a senior project manager when I return, where as we don't have a current president project manager at hand, and it has been very costly for my company and as well is our jobs because this outsourcing has been unreliable and expensive to the company. Hence, the sponsor asked me to go and study this program and return and take up this position and help.
How many schools do you apply to?
I applied to three schools: George Washington University, Michigan State University, and Ohio State. I got admission into university Ohio State University.
Can you take it again? The line was breaking. Hello? Hello? Like, Jima, I think Jima is saying. Hello? Hello,
I
Jima?
can hear you. So
Okay, yeah. So I asked you how many schools you applied to.
yes, I applied to three schools: Washington University, Penn State University, and Rice State University. So I got admission to University and Ohio State, and I'm on wait list for um, Rice State University. I chose George Washington University because of their complex curriculum and the flexibility that they allow students to select their programs to make it tailored to their specification or their interest. And also their curriculum, the approach of their study on the curriculum is it uses the hard skills and soft skills in teaching students and also help students to make complex decision and solving project management problems. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. And who is okay, you said your employer is sponsoring your studies. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, my employer who recognizes my performance and contribution company and also financial benefit that it tends to come back to the company has offered to give me a full sponsorship for my cost of all of my cost of attendance amounting to $90,000 throughout the in this. My employer is a roofing company and that has been in existence for the past years and employees and
Yeah,
makes
your,
a
your line
annual
is
revenue turnover of.
your line is breaking. So I'm struggling. I'm sure
Can
everyone
you hear
is.
me now?
Yeah. Can you take it again?
Okay. Okay. Yes. So my employer who recognizes my contribution and performance to the company and also considering the financial benefit that will the company will derive from my skills that I'm going to acquire, has decided to sponsor my studies throughout the 15 months of my studies, amounting to $90,000. My employer is a renowned roofing company that has been in existence for the past 15 years and has over 100 employees and also makes an annual revenue turnover of $30 million. Aside the financial benefits of my company will be receiving from these skills that I'm going to acquire from George Washington University, it's also looking at scaling up building of affordable housing into the Ghanaian market, and where I'm slated to get more return after my studies.
Okay, so tell me specifically what you are going to do after your studies.
Upon my return, upon completion of studies, I will back to Ghana and do
Yeah,
one return
your
to
network
then
is your network is not good. Can you take it again? Hello, Jima, are you there? Hello, Jima. Yeah, I guess network is bad. I mean, I'm just going to give you my opinion on what you've said, and then you can watch this back to see what I think so far. All right. When I asked you why you want to study the program, given the fact that your company is sponsoring your studies, I expected you to mention. I mean, normally, if you are asked a question, you have to start with your background. Especially given the fact that your company is sponsoring your studies, you could have started by mentioning what you do for the company, the position you hold, and then I bring up a gap, an issue in the company that you are trying to, you are going to the US to study and come back and solve. you mentioned project management skills or something like that. I'm not too sure. I was expecting you to mention some technologies that you are coming to learn, which will make the job easy and stuff like that. You know, I didn't hear solid skills from solid skills that you are going to learn from the US. I didn't hear anything like that. So I mean, ideally, you could have mentioned, you know, latest technologies in project management and stuff like that. That would have made more sense to me. Um, when I asked you what is your current job, you said you are project supervisor and you want to return and take up a position as a senior project manager, and that it is costly for the company. I am not too sure about your current job. I don't think it's solid enough for your company to want to sponsor your studies. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. When I asked you how many schools did you apply to, you mentioned three, and then you say you got admission to two. I don't know if um your visa is for the spring semester, is for you to come in the spring semester. I don't know if that is the case, because if you're on the wait list at this point in time, then you don't have to wait because the school is not willing to offer you admission. But I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe you know it's for spring, so that can be you know. And I heard you mention why you chose the program, and you said because the program has a complex curriculum and also provides students with flexibility. I don't know how to reconcile the two. Maybe you understand what you mean, but when I heard complex curriculum and then flexibility, I was like, what is he saying? So I'm not too sure. And your answers to there are a lot of pauses. It's like you are not too sure what to say, like, you know. And you coming to do a master's degree, I expect a little bit more from you, to especially given the fact that you work as a project manager. I expect you to be more convincing, like, you know, show authority on project management, like sound very convincing and confident. But I didn't get that from you. So that, I don't know, you know, interview is also about, it's a display of, you know, of intelligence, of confidence, and all of these things. And I expected a little bit more from you. You speak well, but just that your answers, when you are answering questions, it's like you're not sure, you know, that. And also, when I ask you who is sponsoring you, you said the company recognizes your contribution. Ideally, I would have preferred to hear the exact contributions that you have made to the company. You know, for example, have you increased the company's profits by something, or have you, you know, something specific that you've done for the company, which is why the company values your talent and wants to invest in you. That is what I want to hear. That this way, when the visa officer hears you talk about this, the visa officer will be convinced that, okay, you have not been technical enough in your answers, and that is the issue with everything. You have to show that you actually work as a project manager and you know exactly what you are coming to study and all of these things. So for me, if you say contributions, and that is too general, anyone in the world can say contributions and stuff like that. What are those contributions? Be specific. Tell me exactly what those contributions are. Okay, what exactly you have done for the company for you to lay claim to the fact that the company, like, the fact that you deserve to be sponsored by your company. I didn't see that, so that is something you have to work on. But yeah, you can talk, but it takes more than that. So yeah, unfortunately, I mean, your internet didn't help you. So yeah, I wish you the best, and um take care of yourself, and yeah. Yeah. Oh, it looks like Kelvin, you are there, right? I think I see you. Kelvin, are you there? I thought I saw you. I thought anyways.
This Elias, I'm back on.
Who was I interviewing? Oh, sorry. Jima. Okay,
Elias,
Jima.
Elias,
Okay,
yeah,
Jima.
yeah.
Okay, okay. So I think I just finished with everything. I passed my comments, so you can check it out, and then see what I
All
think
right,
about
sure.
everything. Okay. But do you have
All
any
right, thank
question
you.
in general about anything? I mean, since you didn't hear my comments, I don't know if you able to you know, ask a question, but that's
Yeah,
fine.
it's even difficult to.
Yeah,
All right,
but
sure. I'll go
you can
back
play it
in.
back and see. Yeah. And so
All
the
right,
last
thank
person
you.
that yeah, you're welcome. I wish you the best. Ibrahim, are you there? Ibrahim, are you there? Okay, I mean, before Ibrahim responds, let me use the opportunity to respond to some messages. Unfortunately, I am not able to stream on TikTok, and so I wouldn't be able to read messages from TikTok. Yeah, I really feel bad about that, but yeah, it is what it is. Miss Vivi says, how can one join your mock sessions? So it is very simple. Once you join my Telegram page, I will give you the opportunity to be selected for the mock. So this week I've decided to do a lot of mocks, and I've actually selected all the people because I got more than 20 people who sent their requests. So I would have to take care of those people and all of that. But yeah, every week every week the general rule is that every week I give 3 people the opportunity to be interviewed. So when I get like 20 people, I will randomly select 3 people who will appear in this stream. And so that's how it works. You just send your details. I ask for a few details just to make sure one person is not sending, like it's not submitting their names twice. So the date of the interview, the name of the person, and a few other things, and then randomly I select the people. Once I select you, I'll send you the link to the stream. Basically, that's how it works. Um. So Ibrahim, are you there? I see Ibrahim, but I don't I can't hear from him. Miss Vivi says she's from Kenya. Oh, nice. Uh, Karen says she's watching from Nigeria. Oh, nice. From Nigeria. I have to visit Nigeria. I really have to visit Nigeria because I've crossed paths with a lot of Nigerians, and it will be a dream to visit Nigeria very soon. Senorita says, I have a little concern, please. What if both my stepmom and biological mom are sponsoring me and I plan to work with my mom after my studies and not my stepmom? Is something wrong with that? Well, everybody's story is different. So it's all about your story. If you can articulate yourself very well and sound convincing, it's not just about it's not just about your situation. It's also about how you express, your story. So that's the most important thing. If you appear confident and the visa officer can see that you are telling the truth or you believe in yourself, and all of that, then that can help you. I don't see anything wrong with having people sponsoring you. It's all about being able to prove that they are actually willing to sponsor you and they have the funds to be able to sponsor your studies, right? So Jess says, I work in Saudi Arabia. So they said I didn't show intentions of coming back to Saudi Arabia, which that's not what I want. I got form 214B yesterday. How soon can I reapply? I think after you have been denied, I think you have 3 business days to be able to reapply. But Jess, if I can give you an honest advice, what I would say is find out why you were denied. Why do you think you were denied? Was it because you didn't have any scholarship? Who is sponsoring your studies and all of that? What you have to understand is that everyone gets the same form, the same 214B. Okay, when you are denied, it's always the same 214B. 214B is about your ties, but at the same time, not necessarily about your ties, because your finances are also tied to your ties and other things and all of that. Sometimes there are a few things, so you have to try to unpack why you were denied and figure out how to deal with that before you go again. If you don't have a scholarship, I wouldn't tell you to go again, honestly, because it will be very difficult, even though you can still be approved, but you still have to, create a better condition for yourself before you go again. So this is what I can tell you. So guys, I really appreciate your time. I thank you so much for watching the video. I have an amazing video for you tomorrow. If you're an F1 student, you can actually get your green card without marrying somebody, without winning the lottery, without being sponsored by your employer. You can actually self-petition. There's something called EB2NIW, and I have an extensive interview with Rich, who is a friend, and he has a lot of knowledge about this. He has gone through the process and he was approved, and he has his green card now and all of that. So he's going to tell us everything about it. This video is about 2 weeks, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago, but yeah, sometimes you cannot post everything quickly. You have to just wait and all of that. And also, I've had people asking me about what are the right schools to apply to, and I have made videos about these things. And so just give me a little bit of time, and all these videos will be coming out. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so and share the video with your friends. And yeah, just understand that I'm here for you. All right, thanks so much, and I'll see you again tomorrow. And tomorrow too, I'll be interviewing 3 people. So all right, guys. Okay, hold on, guys. Ibrahim, are you there? Okay, Ibrahim is not there. Hi, welcome to my first video. My name is Shaibu. The goal of this channel is first to help students get admission and funding into schools abroad. Secondly, to help students get their visas approved. And finally, to help students navigate through life in a foreign country. If any of these interests you, consider subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss any of my future videos. I intend to post 2 long videos every week. I have been living in the US for the past 8 years, helping so many students with their study abroad journey. I have never been denied a visa. In fact, I got the first visa approved in 2016 for my first master's degree in the US. And then I went for the visa interview again for the renewal in 2019. This was during my second master's degree. In 2022, I used the visa waiver option to get my visa approved without leaving the US. I've coached so many students get their visas approved since 2017. So if you are preparing for your visa interview, I can confidently say that you are in the right place. In this video, I want us to look at 21 of the